Hello, hello. All right, zooming in so I can see. How's everybody doing for Halloween? I just realized I'm still wearing my Bluetooth headphones and I don't know where the case is. So that's cool. um, is anybody else dressing up for Halloween? And can anybody guess who I am? This jacket probably won't last the whole stream because it's kind of hot here, like in this room. Go figure. Uh, snowed like 2 days ago, and yet it's fucking hot today when I have to wear a jacket for this. Oh, I forgot to close the door, so you might hear my cat meowing. She's bitching. I am not dressed up as a Canadian. I do not believe that this character was Canadian. So while people are trying to guess who I am, what's up, Christine Vasco? I saw you were in here earlier. And you came back. Time to get Rod drinking. Ugh. There's nothing worse. I mean, I'm sure there's worse things, but I can't think of them at the moment. Cheers, all of you. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? I feel like my head is everywhere today, so sorry if I'm a little scatterbrained at first. Hopefully I'll get focused in. But what's up, Doug? Taste and Sensibility, how you doing? That's who sent me a flight a while back that I did live. Actually, I think that might have been my last live stream because I do go normally about once a month, but had to do like a fun Halloween stream. I love like the excuse to basically cosplay because I am a nerd. What's up, Doug? Hey, Isaiah. Yes, I was watching Four Leaf Whiskey earlier. She was doing, I think, only like her second ever live stream. She's an Irish whiskey genius, so definitely sub to her. Hey, it's this guy. That's my husband. He's at work right now. Maybe partly why I'm scatterbrained because I have to do it all myself, and normally like Nick can at least take care of the pets. Oh God, you got all your ryes ready? Do you have that awful Buffalo Trace? Was it rye mash that you sent me? Bro, that was cruel. That was cruel. Do people like that white dog? I know some people are okay with some white dog, but that was intense. What's up, Sugar Kitty? Hey, Bullwinkle, watch me pull a rabbit out of a hat. I am not from Rocky and Bullwinkle, although I can at least see that call. I'm trying to like show the hat because I feel like the hat is what gives it away, but you got to be kind of dorky. Whoa, that hat my mom would call a schmuck with ear flaps. Uncle Buck. Nope, not Uncle Buck. Nick would have liked that. He loves that. He loves Uncle Buck. A schmuck? Like, she wouldn't just call the person a schmuck? Or is she saying, like, I'm a schmuck with air flaps? Is that what she would say? Or she calls this type of hat a schmuck? No, I'm confused. What's up, Mark Vasco? Are you drinking ryes too? Everybody thinks Bullwinkle. That's so funny. Yeah, it's gonna be a little hot. Oh, let me know if the fan. I do have a fan in here today. Let me know if that's obnoxious. I'll turn it off. But it was just, it's kind of hot. So, someone from Frozen. That's a good one. Wow, I did not even think of that. I didn't really realize that this looked like anything but who it actually. I did pull a picture so that I can show y'all who it is because it only occurred to me like a few minutes ago that even when I say the name, people might not know who I am. Of course, I'm drinking pre-gaming with a little bit of Knob Creek. Oh, and make sure that y'all hit. Ooh, I almost knocked that thing. Check it out. Like and subscribe. So if you've been here for a while, you know my classic old sign. But Shayla from Whiskey Central saw that this sign was looking a little beat up, so hooked me up with this one, which is freaking awesome. I love it. It's so, I mean, it's semi-professional in that it's this. So, and Mrs. Independent Joe made me one a while ago that's like a stand. I just need like a better place to put it up behind me. But yeah, all that to say, like and subscribe. I think most of y'all are already subscribed, but Knob Creek out of my, I had to pop open this guy, a 1.75 of Knob Creek, which is just makes me happy before having to drink some ryes. Ba-ba-da. What's up? Jeffrey Wack from Hello Again, Whiskey Friends, as he says that to the chat. Him, Darrell, and Kelsey Dime have started a new thing that's awesome. They've been doing it on Instagram, but now they've moved over to the better platform for live streaming, at least. Is this the new High West mask? I don't think High West will ever hire me, considering how much I dislike most of their stuff. I really like the campfire, though. Had that while camping last weekend. So, Bippy Longstockings. I did straighten my hair just so that I could braid my hair for this thing. Because if I braid it when it's curly, the braids are like this short. And it's, I don't know, it looks dumb. It's funny how much you find out how long your hair is, though, when you straighten it. I know all you guys in the chat deal with that all the time. Oh, Richie Z is here. Hold on, I don't want to skip anybody. What's up, Richie Z? Rye Flight, yeah, Rye Flight. How's it going, Zach? It was so cool. I got to meet him last time I was in Colorado hanging out with Mike Stahl. All right. Ugh. Are you a wizard? Okay, you're the closest so far. I'm not a wizard, but I am from The Hobbit, but I'm not a hobbit. So come on, that has to give it away. That is the closest so far. No white dog tonight. It is purely educated. Okay, cool. Good. It is kind of cool to see how it starts and how it ends up, all thanks basically to some time with wood. I was paused trying to figure out how to say that and not sound sketchy. Jim Carrey's character from D&D? Oh, from Dumb and Dumber. I was like, Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, what? I can sort of. I remember he had like a one with shorter flaps. So, hey, Infinite Joe, how's it going? Just what she's always said. Oh, okay. It's not a hobbit. I won't be a hobbit only because I don't like the whole barefoot thing. That's just super gross, if you ask me. I need some water. So before... Okay, so you can hear it. I can turn it off. If that's obnoxious, I can turn that off. Not drinking the last time working. Oh, lame. Hopefully you get your stuff done. Y'all can get this at whiskeymountains.com. It's a pretty good water bottle. Okay, I've tested it. It's pretty much as good as a Hydro Flask. It just doesn't have straw lids available, so I don't use it as often. Please don't run out. I don't think you have to worry about me running out of Knob Creek with my 1.75 liter. So, yes! Thank you! It is Beaufort the Dwarf. He is my favorite. Like, I fell in love with him immediately in the first movie. He's just hilarious and adorable. Let me pull up the picture of what he looks like. Where'd it go? I think I put it. Yeah. It is this guy. This is Beaufort. I love him. He's got this ridiculous hat. I gotta go back and take him off. That's Beaufort. He wears this ridiculous hat. He's the one who starts the song. He's like both a troublemaker, but also like the sweet one who like actually looks out for Bilbo and cares about Bilbo's existence. So I just think he's like, the one thing I really love about the Hobbit movies is that they develop the characters of most of the dwarves. Like they got more personality, whereas in the book, it was basically like Bomber was fat. That was pretty much what you knew about the dwarves. And Thorin. So I don't know. I like that aspect. Radagast the Brown. I mean, that was closer. He does make an appearance in, that's where he makes his appearances in those movies. So, hey, somebody said, thank you. I was very proud of that thumbnail. So this is still a list from a year ago, like a little more than a year ago. I had this idea of doing ryes. And so the chat gave me a bunch of like horror movie themed with rye in the name ideas. So this is still pulling from that list. This Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which was my earlier flight this year, like this month. And then last year I did, I think it was like Friday the 13th. So, but it's kind of fun making this thumbnail and it just like sticks out. I don't know. I like it. How's it going, y'all? Well, happy. Oh, yeah, that's right, Brian. Brian is having to be dry this week. Okay, which reminds me, I'm going to pop open. I'm going to start out this stream right because I'm excited. I'm finally going to pop open my Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well. So this is the 15 and a third year release. I'll do this. It doesn't make a bunch of noise. Thanks to Mashbill, I was able to get this bottle. I did not think I would have a chance to. I got to try it in Vegas, and it blew me freaking away. So as you can see, I have not opened it yet. But I'm like, I can't believe I own this. It's so awesome. So it is the Hardin's Creek, 184 a month. She's a beaut with her cute little strap. The only bummer is it doesn't have a button. So if you're in the chat and you don't know, you know those limited edition buttons that come on like Knob Creek 12 cast strength or just certain Knob Creek releases? I'm trying to collect those to replace all the buttons on a flannel. So if you have it, hit me up because I'd love to get that from you. And like, you know, and if you don't want it, it's just the button. I don't need the whole bottle. All right, let's have 4 of this. Oh, I'm excited for this baby. Oh, such a shame this is going to be ruined by a bunch of ryes in a second. In the meantime, I wanted to make this a little more where y'all could choose the ryes. So I'm going to put like a few you can only put 4 options in a poll. So I'll put a poll up and y'all can vote. And then maybe I can put another poll up. I'll try to do it quickly though, so that we can get this whole thing going. Sorry if I'm distracted from the chat right now though. Okay. We have the bottles back here. So, but I also kind of grabbed a bunch of samples that I have. So we've got Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. I just saw Mark Vasco's comment. Yo, y'all need to send me the buttons. Send me the buttons. That would be amazing. I mean, if you want, you can do it when you're done with the bottles. I cut one off of somebody's Knob Creek rye bottle at the Vegas meetup. Like, no lie. Just, he was like, yeah, that's fine. So I just like put out a knife and cut it off. We have Thomas Handy sample. These are samples. And then let's see. We've got a Knob Creek barrel proof rye. It wouldn't let me do this ahead of time, so I tried, but, and then I do have some more of the one Michter's toasted barrel strength that Bourbon sent me. Okay, so that's the first one. So that's 4 samples. Basically, it's those. I also have, did I put Willet in that one? Oh, well, I also have Willet, Wilderness Trail, and New Riff Balboa Rye as samples. And then I have the bottles, and I'll put this up as a separate poll, of Sagamore Double Oaked that everybody's like, oh, if you don't like rye, you'll like this one. That's a lie. Barrel Seagrass, and then I've got 2 different High West Rendezvous that are finished different. One's finished in a rum bottle. It is really weird to have yourself up on YouTube over there. One's finished in a rum bottle, and one is finished in Malbec wine barrel. I said finished in a bottle. I'm in a barrel. I told you, y'all, I'm not totally all present today. Yes. Oh, was it Christine? Send me the buttons. So notice she opens up the Hardins when I'm not. Yeah, it's not my fault. Should have been here. Exactly. I'm not late. I had you in the background while on. Oh, thanks, Top Dog. No worries. Glad you can make it though. I know it's like Halloween Eve and it's Sunday, so I get that like a lot of people are probably, you know, doing stuff with family and whatever, like their kids. So honestly, this is a really good turnout. I'm pretty stoked about it. So thank y'all. Okay, let me take a sip of this Hardin's. That'll give some time for the poll to go. And I'll get those poured. I think I'll pick the top two from that poll, and then I'll probably pick the Sagamore. Should I pick a High West Rendezvous finished in something, or should I do the Barrel Seagrass? And then I could do like the top two of that. I technically have, oh, I forgot to show this off. Even I'm using mini Glens just to show it off. My whiskey lab made me this, and it's directly for mini Glens. So from a barrel stave, has my logo on it. It's freaking gorgeous. So he made the other flight board that I normally use. That's for regular Glens and has for 4. And now he made me this one for mini Glens, which is just so cool because I freaking love mini Glens. So I grabbed 6 mini Glens. I can do up to 6 samples, but I thought I'd start with 4. Damn right, I don't want to share this. Are you kidding? Okay, you're saying the Barrel Seagrass. Yeah, I think it would be good, like, change it up with like really different profiles is kind of what I was thinking. So we'll definitely do the Barrel Seagrass. So, and then we could do either Sagamore Spirit Rye double oaked or one of the Rendezvous. It's finished either in Malbec, wine, or rum. Okay, I'm gonna get into this Hardin's. It just smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the fan. I'm just worried about how, wow, it sounds so much quieter to me. If there was an annoying white noise before, that's what that was. Sorry. But I'm wearing a jacket and gloves inside. Right? It is so awesome. I freaking love it. I cannot tell. Like this one and the other one are both gorgeous. I freaking love them. So, no, this is like the rest of that sample bourbon. So, yeah, it even has the date written, May 7th, 2021. So, Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh. We get it, Pipes. Pipes is really excited about it too. I'm just gonna close the door. Dog is still in here, and hopefully she's not gonna fart today, even though she ate the cat food earlier, so that might not help. Maybe it'll actually help, the smell of these ryes. Oh, it's the finish with these. Like, this is not overly drying at all. Obviously, the oak is coming forward. I feel like it's all the things I said about the Knob Creek 15 or 18, but it is different. It smells so good. Oh, it's got like a creaminess, like very creamy peanut butter, but with like some apple. Oh, and obviously the caramel. Like, I think it's a little bit sweeter really than most like Knob Creek or other Jim Beam products. Oh, it's so good. So rooting for Pipes, of course. Whiskey shimmy. Oh, this will make you shimmy. This is so good. So freaking good. I replaced her food after the dog ate it. Don't worry, she's good. She got her replacement. She doesn't want rye. She does not like whiskey. Okay, well, let that sit. Let me check the poll, and then you'll notice that there is a pinned comment, and Brian is actually here in the chat. Kilko, go subscribe to him. His link is in my description. But also, just a few months ago, his dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. So as anybody probably knows, it's a really rough one. And of course, cancer care is very expensive, like cancer treatment and all the medical costs that go along with that. So he started a GoFundMe. That's kind of a surprise for his family. So the link that's pinned is actually the link to his GoFundMe. So please go donate to that. Brian's a really good guy. He's been, on Whiskey Tube for a while. So please subscribe to him, but also please go support his family. I think we all know that that's just an awful place to be. So if we can do any little thing to help them, that would be really, really cool. As y'all know, I love, love, love using my channel to try and help and make some kind of difference, whatever. So and this would be a personal difference, to Brian and his family. So as I'm saying all that, YouTube is behind, and so I just see like my hands waving, like in the corner of my eye, which is really weird. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I'll try to mention that again as the stream goes on. So, but if there's any wrenches, if you can try to remember and drop that in the chat every now and then, that would be great. So, speaking of, I'm gonna go check out this poll. I'm not freaking okay. There's how you end it. How do I see the results? Oh, there they are. Okay, so looks like Jack Daniel's single barrel barrel proof rye won, and a Knob Creek rye won. Okay, which is 115 proof. This Jack Daniel's is 130.4 proof. So for now, I'm gonna put these two blends aside. There we go. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last, y'all. It is hot in here. Cheers, yay, rye. Right. Also, I'm really sorry I missed your Halloween stream on Thursday, and I want to go back and watch the replay. But I was Zooming with some friends that night. We'd already put it off once, so I didn't want to reschedule again. But I hope it went great. And I'm excited for tomorrow night, which I'll mention in a sec. Let me get these poured. I didn't even grab my measuring thing. Oh, I hate that. I hate not measuring. What did I decide? Do we want Sagamore or do we want Rendezvous Rye finished in anything? I can just grab one of the bottles. I'll just go with first answer in the chat on that. We'll put the Knob Creek first. That's a barely legal rye. That's 115 proof. This Hardin's Creek is 108. So I'm putting that much into a mini blend. And I'll just pour them side by side. It's not like I'm going to drink a lot of these, yeah. And then the Jack Daniel's. Oh, I want to keep them so that I know what's what. Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye, 130.4 proof. We'll go next. I don't really know the mash bill on that one. Like I imagine it's still like a lower level rye percentage in the mash bill, but I don't really know. So, okay, I see a couple. Okay, everybody says Sagamore. I will do Sagamore then. The people have chosen. Yes, I did. I did at the beginning. Check it out, y'all. So Shayla noticed that my old one is, and somehow like the yellow is turned brown. That's how old and beat up this one is. So she hooked me up and made me a new sign. So I printed it out and taped it just in time for today's stream, which is awesome. And also follow the directions. Like the video. It's just a free way to help the channel. Helps the channel get seen. Helps the video get seen. All that jazz. Okay, I'll do the Sagamore. Next, the Sagamore is 96.6 proof. Maybe I should put that one in first. Might do that. Just because it's the lowest proof. There we go. All right. Sorry for the dead air. Also in chat, see what y'all are drinking. Are y'all drinking ryes? What do you drink for Halloween? I don't know. Are there? Oh, you can smell the rye on that. I don't know why people think that this is more approachable. It screams rye to me. And then I'm going to do the seagrass. So this is 118 proof. And I mean, whatever I don't finish, Nick will probably finish for me when I get home. So don't worry, it's not going to be wasted. When I don't like it. So, I mean, I'm sure I might like it or something. So we have, what just happened? Sagamore first, and then barrel. I have a terrible memory. I know I better write this down, even if I'm keeping some of the bottles there. This is a Knob Creek 5-year pick. That's 115 proof. And then JD, SB, BP, rye, which is like 130. Jesus. No rye has any right sitting around being freaking over 110 proof. Like the thing about rye, and this is a compliment, is it doesn't need proof to punch with a lot of flavor. And I love whiskeys to punch with a lot of flavor. But like this, like you can have a much lower proof rye and it'll punch with, way above its proof. So I feel like ryes don't need high proof, whereas I love high proof bourbons. So why are we freaking drinking 130 proof rye? Like, why is that even made? I thought I had a sample, but I think Nick might have finished it, and he didn't like it either. Of the Alberta Premium Cask Strength, and it was like 132 proof. Ugh, I do not know how anybody. Oh, this is my regular Knob Creek. Here's my head. There we go. I'm not getting all confused. One more sip of the beautiful Hardin's Creek. It is just so much creamier. I mean, the wood really jumps out at you in the back, but I still don't feel like it's a little bit drying. But I don't know, like I know some can be overly oaked and too drying, and this is over a little over 15 years. They did a great job, I think. Freaking such good stuff, such good stuff. So sorry I'm missing a bunch of the chat. Oh, you're having a dark and stormy. You love the Sagamore? Drinking a wilderness. Oh, I actually have a liquor lineup pick of Wilderness Trail Rye that Nick has tried, not me. So what's up, Emily? Who does like rye? Michael, wife drinking a Starlight Rye? I'm drinking from your Infinity bottle. Okay, how is it? Like, I would think that more often things would end up clashing too much and it wouldn't come out well. But clearly, lots of people love doing the Infinity bottle and enjoy it. So clearly, I'm wrong on this. It is so hot right now. And clearly, I'm delaying drinking these ryes. So no chance that she likes any of these things. There's been one that I have liked ever of ryes, and it was this one that Bourbon sent me, this Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength. And this is actually 108.8 proof. Right, 50, yeah. So, and I did actually like this one. It wasn't even that I didn't hate it, which is normally the best I can ask for with a rye. So, oh no! Oh no, you cut your thumb. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I hope blood didn't drip into any of your poured Glens. That'd be terrible. Blech. You do you, Jeffrey, but you crazy. You love the Albert, but it is painful. It is painful. I can't even remember. I had it over a year and a half ago. I remember it was super strong. I can't remember if it's more dill or more mint. I feel like it was mint. I know the willet is really dill, and I hate the willet. I can't remember. Is that one more minty or is that one more dill? I will flip you for Sagamore and Rendezvous Mall, but I'll send you samples. Emily, if you want to hit me up on Facebook Messenger, I'll send you samples. Boop doop. Shame. I don't know what did I do? So for the people coming in, I already covered it, but do you know who I am? Hat's the best giveaway. Most of the chat already knows, but it was actually really surprising to me how many odd guesses I got. So the hat is specific. I bought it years ago from the Lord of the Rings website or whatever. So, oh, you're loving the Encore? Okay, the Encore was much more approachable of a rye to me. I'm not a fan of the midwinters. I know that's blasphemy, but the Encore, which is finished, it was a distillery release, 10-year anniversary special of the midwinters that's finished in white port instead of red port, ruby port, I don't know, whatever the regular port is. And it's just a lot lighter and fruitier, and for me, it covers that rye spice a lot better. So, which I thought meant a lot of people might not like it as much because it is lighter and fruity and not packing that rye punch. But people have been liking it more than I expected. I know some people still prefer the regular. over it though. I'm really sad because the sample is full of no. Well, I gotta send you these. So I'll just send you another Knob Creek. It's no problem. I got a lot of Knob Creek. So dill, but on an underline. Oh, so it's got both. Even worse. Okay, hold on. I'm reading Jeffrey Wack's comment. You say dill. I used to get that note a lot when I first started with rye, but I never get it anymore. Black licorice, I never get anymore. Yeah, I don't like black licorice at all. In fact, like that one's always hard for me to pinpoint because it is a candy that I do not eat and I'm never around. So it's not like fresh in my memory to be able to pinpoint like, oh, the reason I'm not liking this thing is because of the, you know, the black licorice note in it or whatever, if that makes sense. So I also wonder if that's a large part of why I don't like ryes more often. So yeah. Okay. I wanted to see this and then I will try the ryes. I'll be starting with the Sagamore Double Oak, the one everybody swears by. Mm. Oh, now it came out with like a raspberry kind of note. Oh, it's so good. Kind of more like a raspberry candy as opposed to like fresh raspberries. It's funny because there's so many more sweet notes on this Jacob's Well than there are on like normal Jim Beam products. But I think it works out because they're so balanced. They're, you know, helping to balance out like the oakiness of it. So it's like the sweet with the oak and the char. And it's just like, plus the more you just let it sit open in the glass, so beautiful. I'm so excited I have this bottle. This is so awesome. I love it. I forget how much I paid for it, like before shipping. I mean, you know. So, okay. I would say I get black licorice and ryes, but I never have. But so do you ever eat black licorice? Licorice or licorice? No, licorice. That makes no sense. Don't go on a tangent. Pizza is here. Pizza mountains are good. Hey! Enjoy your pizza. And I am doing a Patreon giveaway at the end of the stream. So I was supposed to do it earlier this month and I forgot to. But if you want to join my Patreon, I do try to do a giveaway every month. Normally it's like a sample pack from my collection. Every now and then it's a bottle. Also got the behind the scenes, sometimes voting power, like date, you know, like early access to new videos. Actually, I want to pitch an idea I have for December. I'm going to tell it to Patreon, I think, and see if I can't get some feedback to help me develop the idea. But I'm really excited. It's very different. It's not an advent calendar, but I think it'll be fun. But I got to like develop the plot a little bit. And so maybe Patreon can help with that. But that is a huge help to me. I am a postdoc. We don't get paid much. The government has decided we are not worth paying much, so they're not allowed to pay us more. And it, like, whiskey's expensive, so filming stuff is expensive. The little online things is kind of expensive. So it's just like, if you can and you want to, supporting me on Patreon is awesome. So, but what's even more awesome, if you're debating one or the other, would be to help Brian's family. And that GoFundMe should still be the pinned comment. Yeah, is the pinned comment in the stream. I am procrastinating on drinking ryes. I'm sorry. But for real though, please, if you can, go support Brian. If you missed it earlier, his dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a few months ago. So, you know, cancer medical costs are very expensive. So any help would be great. And he's kind of doing it to sort of surprise them. So it'd be really cool if we could, you know, make this a really special surprise for them. So, but yeah, okay. So I'll start with the Sagamore. Fine. I mean, it is a sweeter rye note coming off the, what's the mash bill? I know it's a very different thing. It's Maryland, I think, is most of their distillate now their own distillate. I know they started out with maybe MGPs before, but I know they recently came out with a distillate of their own because 21090 loves them and they've talked about it. But I don't know if the double oaked actually has their own. So I don't know what the mash bill is. Just go for it. Just go for it. There's like a cinnamon note, but also a rye note. Oh, it's just like it's cinnamon and rye with a little bit of chocolate, but not enough chocolate. It needs a lot more chocolate for me to compete against the rye. For me, the rye is still very, very present. I mean, maybe more, and maybe because it is a lower percentage. Okay, so it's a blend of 95.5 and barely legal. Oh, so that's kind of interesting. That makes sense because it doesn't come off barely legal, but it doesn't come off as like I can't handle the 95.5. I just cannot, or 100%. Just nope. But great in a cocktail. In a whiskey sour, I'm all about a rye. You just hide that stuff up with freaking lime juice, simple syrup, and egg white. Delish. Yes. Otherwise, no. All right, let me try it again. First sip is always the worst sip too, so. So I stand by what I said. First sip is the worst sip because that second sip was better, where I got more of like creamy and chocolatey up front. But at the end, that just rye spice kick and like kind of a minty note kicked back, which is what I really, all the time for me with ryes. Well, not all the time, but sometimes with ryes, I actually like it or almost like it on the palate. But it's when I swallow that the freaking rye or mint will come forward and just kind of ruin the whole experience for me. So I'm also a person who just doesn't like minty things. Mint belongs in toothpaste and mouthwash. That's it for me. So, keep that in mind as far as my palate goes. So, and I know I'm lucky to get to try some of these ryes. I know some people would love to have these. Sometimes I really do feel like a douchebag. But also my face gives everything away. So there's no point in trying to lie about it. I don't know. You would think that as I drink, I would be getting hotter, but actually I'm getting more comfortable. In my Beaufort outfit, I love this costume. This is one of my favorite. This and of course my Star Trek one. But I did that last year, so I had to change it up. What's up, Lisette? Boricua, Morena. Right to the side. It's coquito season. Yes, it is. For me and Nick, we always are okay, fine. Halloween can have its time. November 1st, Christmas time. I kind of skip Thanksgiving in my head. Man, I don't like ryes, and I've skipped Thanksgiving. People are going to hate me. But I don't make great things, but I make a good coquito. I love coquito. It's like Puerto Rican eggnog for those who don't know, but it's not eggnog. It doesn't. I don't know what's in eggnog. I imagine there's some egg yolks in it or something. It doesn't have that. It's coconutty. It's coconut cream and rum, basically like coconut milk, cream of coconut, and rum, and condensed milk. I forget what else, and cinnamon, nutmeg, whatever. But yeah, delicious. Oh, so good, so perfectly Christmassy. I should have got you some of the old Overholt Good Pennsylvania rye. There's and Kentucky only release that is delicious and is only 30. You mean bring Nick some? Sounds like it'd be good for a whiskey sour though. Especially at that proof. Although I have to make my whiskey. Anybody else make whiskey sours with actual egg white and have to make doubles because how do you split an egg white in half? And it's supposed to be half an egg white for a single, which means 4 ounces of whiskey, which means a lot. All right, I should get to the next one because it's already 5:40 my time. Okay, so this is the barrel seagrass. So I know that's going to be very different. This is Nick's bottle. It's not really coming off very strongly, honestly, out of the glass. The Sagamore is a good bit lower in proof, and yet I got a stronger nose from it. Mint/dill and caraway should explain the taste changing. So like as the sugar cane, are you saying like the same compound like is altered? Like is oxidized or something? And as it changes, like what is it? Isomers? Isoforms. I forget which one is for compounds, but like as it changes, it switches from one note to the other. I love, like, I'm not as into the history of things as I am into like just like the molecular function of it. Like, why exactly is it this way? Like, I have a whole theory on epigenetics and taste buds, but I'm not drunk enough. Y'all aren't drunk enough for that ramble, so we'll save that. Margaret. But oh, I was thinking of you, Jim. Actually, when you said old overhaul, I remembered you really enjoying that and drinking it. So, okay. I feel like it's kind of in my head that you're supposed to get more fruit off of this, but I do feel like I'm getting some. I know it's finished in like rum and apricot brandy, I think. Yeah, and Madeira. Not that I know what Madeira is. It does come off fruitier, and that kind of helps hide the rye. You'd almost comes off like a real sweet fruitness, like a gum, like some type of gum. I don't really chew gum ever, but it reminds me of some kind of gum. Not juicy fruit. Like bubble yum? Is it bubble yum? I think it reminds me of bubble yum. Like one of the fruity bubble yums. You know, I think they've got like flavored ones. That's what it's really reminding me of on the nose. Cheers, Denny. I would try it. I would definitely try it. I will normally try just about, anything whiskey wise people will give me, would like me to try whatever. But so the link should be pinned in the chat. It's also the first link in my description for the GoFundMe for Kilco. But if a wrench could put that again into the chat, that would be great. Enantiomers. Oh my God, that's it. No, isn't that the flip? If your taste receptor does not get triggered, the taste would change to the other enantiomer. That's the flip, right? Like the mirror thing, like the L and is it D? Or is that isomer? No, that's an enantiomer, right? Chemistry is not my thing. I'm a molecular biologist, not a chemist. Thank God. Clearly, because I don't remember 90% of it. Costume, I thought you were heavy clothing in case you were going to Liewire tonight and had run double that. Nope. I'm dressed as, I'll give it away, and this guy, Beaufort the dwarf from The Hobbit, who I love. So, all right, into the seagrass. I mean, it doesn't punch with that rye kick, actually, in the end. And actually, I am getting some of that fruity bubble yum. Like the pineapple one. There's like a pineapple gum, and that's what it's making me think of. Or one that's like a pineapple and something gum. But yeah. Yes, okay, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, like where it's like this. I used to hate having to try and figure that. Man, it's been a long time since I had to deal with it. That's what I was thinking of. Those are like so I was wondering when Sugar Kitty was saying about the compound changing and that they were like related, and that might be why like flavor changes over time. That as like, oxygen atoms come and remove electrons from it, or vice versa kind of thing, or hydrogen atoms like bind to it. If that is like now altering the flavor slightly, or is that a thing? Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I'm just honest. This is an honest question and just like a random, I'm super curious if that's like part of what we get there. And that is as much chemistry as I can remember. And I only have to remember oxidation because of like metabolism and autophagy and that kind of stuff. and oxidation is bad. Yay, Scott's here. What's up, my whiskey lab? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for dropping that. Of course you show up in time to drop the link that I need dropped. I appreciate you. You were he's the one I was talking about at the beginning who made, what time is it? 5:45. Who made this gorgeous whiteboard. Isn't it freaking, oh, I love it. And it's hard to tell here, but you can see it really well in person that it has my logo. I don't know why that's not focusing, but it does. It's there, I promise. So normally my Sony ZV-1 that I freaking adore does really well with that. Okay, one more sip of the seagrass, and then I will move on to the Knob Creek, which I do know is a barely legal. That's a 51%. Actually, this one's funny. I feel like all the flavors on the palate, and there's nothing in the finish. Like there's no kickback, there's no nothing. But like the rye and the now actually the rye's coming a little bit more forward for me. But yeah, I don't know. So people who do like rye, how do you feel about the barrel seagrass? Because I know a lot of people loved it, when it first came out, and then that other one came out or whatever. But I don't know. Like, and that it's very funky and weird, but I think it seems a little disappointing just in how long it lasts or finish wise kind of thing, for being. I don't know. I feel like other ryes punch more, and maybe that's because of the finishes, and maybe what's popular about it is that sort of fruity, sweet note that those finishes give. But I could see this being kind of disappointing to a rye lover. So if that makes sense. I try to recognize that just because I don't like rye doesn't mean 99% of people don't like rye. Most of them do. Okay, on to the Knob Creek. So Christine said she's kind of eh. So you like more of those, like, I know you like High West rye. So you like more just like punchy rye and maybe not so much finished ryes, or maybe just not ones finished in such fruity barrels, and like sweet fruity. So Bourbon Bites is still a seagrass fanatic, mainly because it's so different and unique. Yeah, so that makes sense to me. It is like so different and unique on that front palate. And you got to try, right? You had a sample of that 16-year. I feel like you did that during a live stream. The seagrass is interesting in a good way. Definitely not a typical rye. Definitely lighter and fruitier. A pear note. I don't know if I got the pear. I'd have to revisit it. Let me go on to the Knob Creek. But it does just have like a lot of different fruits. And I feel like I've heard others say pear. Not a huge fan of Finn. We have seagrass. I'm not a huge fan, but Tracy is. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of finished whiskey in general. That's my thing. Like with bourbons, I generally 95% of the time would prefer an unfinished bourbon over a finished bourbon, just because so often for me, the finish comes really forward, and adds too much. And I'm not a wine drinker to begin with, and often it's a wine finish. So I think I get like a negative connotation with it because I don't like wine notes. So for me, but like there have been some that I've tried that I was like, fuck it, hey, this is me. Like cognac finished. I think I really enjoy cognac finished. But yeah. Rye collector. And so you're a big fan. Okay. As a rye collector, you're a big fan of this. So what do you think about the finish? Am I crazy? Like, do you like Bourbon Bites like it because it's so different and unique kind of thing? Also, I feel like I skipped it, but I did read it. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about with the enantiomers, right? As a notch in the ring that produce. So it's not so much, so they're related in that they are enantiomers, but it's not so much that they're like oxidized throughout the process kind of thing, like electrons are removed kind of thing. And that takes it from, say, like more of a mint to more of a dill, or vice versa. Yes, is. I can honestly see that Sagamore delivered more to me than the seagrass, to be honest. So I will say that, like as a non-rye enjoyer, but trying to be honest and like give thoughts on it, I could 100% see that. Okay, trying this Knob Creek. Not as rye on the nose. Normally Knob Creek rye is what I'll use for whiskey sour. But I mean, truly, I never drink rye straight, ever. That'd be crazy. Why would I bother? Yeah. I know it's barely legal. To me, it still seems super obvious that it's rye as soon as you taste it. Not so much on the nose. Other rye is very obvious on the nose. This one, not obvious on the nose, but still really obvious on the palate. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Shayla, for my new sign. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you don't know, I'm Puerto Rican, so hence the Puerto Rican flag there. I love it. Puerto Rican dwarf bofer. That's me. Do I like port? I've never tried port by itself, but do you mean port finished? Because I have liked some port finishes. Normally more on like a peated Scotch kind of thing. So I also just haven't dug in, but like even the samples I've gotten from people, I haven't been big on and finished. But I don't think we've bought like one finished whiskey before. And that was early in our whiskey journey. And it was Breckenridge. Terrible. It was the port finished, actually. It was terrible. I got a sample of Joseph Magnus cigar blend from Durrell, and that freaking blew my socks away. So I understand it can be done really, really well. And I just got a bottle, haven't opened it, of Joseph Magnus triple finish through Women of Whiskeys because Thrasher won it and donated it to me, which was just so, so cool. So I am excited to try that. Maybe when Nick gets home. All right. And try this Knob Creek one again and then get to the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. So I think it's bourbon night is going on after this. So I'm trying to finish mostly on time. Also, the Green Bay Packers are playing at 6:30 my time. So trying to finish mostly on time. I assume they're going on. I actually didn't check for their link. Normally I try to drop the links in here, but this is a weird day. There it came off better. There it came off sweeter. First sip is always the worst sip. There it came off sweeter. Okay. This has to go now. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. There it was a little more creamy. And I don't know that I got nuttiness, but it certainly wasn't so heavy rye. It was a little more creamy, like buttery kind of thing. And also, you can get this shirt and designs like this design on other things at whiskeymountains.com. It is really weird having braids. I feel like a child, except I never wore braids as a child. But also, bofers go like this. I don't know how they did that. That seems like an absurd amount of gel. So I can't do that. But yeah, whiskeymountains.com. You can get this shirt or other stuff. My mini glints like this. Stuff. I'm trying to like remember to actually advertise the other things I've put effort into. So okay, then that time the Knob Creek came better. Let me came off better. I'm gonna try the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. Oh, they are not streaming tonight. I know Livewire is gonna be on in an hour. Okay, so it's okay if I don't quite finish exactly on time. Like that. With support. Oh yeah, I'd have to put, dude, it took me so many times just to braid it. I like the only other time I braided it is the other time I did this costume. I never braid mine, and I had to straighten it to begin with. I can't figure out wires too. But that makes a lot of sense. What kind of wire would you put? How do you do that? I've got thick hair, so you could do it. But that poor guy. Who was the actor for that? I freaking love him. Oh, that's right. They're having a meetup this weekend. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, and I can still, in fact, what I'll do before trying the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, so that way for people who can't stick around and hang out while I be lazy and just hang out for a little extra long, I'm going to go ahead and do the Patreon giveaway. So I already set it up, and I'm going to share that screen. Boop, boop, doo, doo. Mana, do, 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 do. Mana. What am I doing? Present. No, share screen. Screen 2. There we go. So it's already been randomized once. So we'll just press randomize. And then whoever is the top, is it sharing? There it goes. Whoever is in the number 1 slot. So this is based on an entry for every $5 you've ever donated, like free via Patreon. So randomize. All right. Scott Tilton is the winner tonight. All right. I will message him. So, and actually, okay, so the first prize was a flight, like a samples flight, but I'll do a second one of like, that person can go to my website and give any more as kind of an apology for being late on this. And they can pick out any like merch item. So whiskeymountains.com. So we'll just randomize that one more time. I don't feel the need to randomize times 3 because random is random. It's like doing infinity times infinity. I'm not making it any more random. It's already random. This is a pet peeve of mine. So I'm only randomizing it once. Justin Jonas. Okay, Justin Jonas wins the merch. Merch. Samples. There we go. All right. Stop the screen share. Boom. Oh, sorry for bites. So, but also like, and you know, some of my patrons will know if I get something or I talk about some whiskey and you message me and you're like, oh my God, like I've always wanted to try that. Like I will normally like hook you up with a sample of that, you know, and maybe like a couple other samples sort of thing. So it's not like you really have to wait until you win one. If there's something I have that you're interested in, you know, normally I'll probably hook you up with a sample of that. So that's kind of what I like about it is being able to message back and forth with people, you know, and it's like, oh, you haven't had that? Like, and I've got this whole bottle of it. Like, absolutely, try some. So, you know, it's just like fun because I don't give like the normal, like structured perks and everything. I'm not that great for that. I'm very busy with my work. So, but I do try to give back in whatever kind of little ways I can. Because I really do appreciate the help and just having fun with the channel. But my job will always be my number 1 because I fucking love my job. So sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Let's try the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. This was actually a sample Adam Dorman, one of my first ever patrons, sent me a while back. And Nick and I both tried it. And everybody, I know that this was a crazy bottle to get. We actually both won one. I traded one for a stag with my best friend and gave the other one to Adam for his birthday. Like won one in the lottery in Utah. So even Nick was like okay with, like he really enjoyed it, but he was okay with trading it for like Stag Junior or giving one, you know. So it's like it wasn't like he was like, oh my God, I really need to have this bottle. So I'm using Nick as my gauge of somebody who does actually enjoy ryes. If you don't know, Nick is my husband. I'm not wearing a wedding ring right now because I had the gloves on before, but as far as I know, we're still married. So, oh, no worries at all, buddy. My thing is I love giving people samples. I love giving people things, but having to pour them and mail them out is like the worst. Such like, I don't know, I will procrastinate it forever and that's terrible. But like the actual giving of this stuff, I don't mind. It's just like the work of sending it out. Meh. Exactly. He's my ex-boyfriend. People hate when I call him that for some reason, but it's true. It is technically accurate. All right, let's try this Jack Daniels. Like I said, it is 130.4 proof. Yeah. Oh, I think I just got burned by the ethanol, which rarely happens. I mean, the rye doesn't come off too strongly. Mm. Mm. like I said, first sip is the worst sip. And that has been true so far on every one of these, where I liked the second sip more than the first. I haven't exactly liked any of them. Oh, I'm trying to be like more polite about ryes. Like I'm going to hurt the ryes feelings because of my strong dislike for it. Sorry if that makes too much noise. It's normally why I don't use this bottle for live streams, because I worry about the noise. Did I mention the main things I wanted to do? Yep. Oh, Grandpa's, yep. Tomorrow, I'll be wearing the same costume. But if you don't know, I'm now on Dungeons and Dragons that Whiskey Dictionary has started. So it's like whiskey and Dungeons and Drams. I mean, Dungeons and fucking, It is Dungeons and Dragons, the game. That is what we're playing. The channel is called Dungeons and Drams. And I am now playing a halfling on there in Talon Creek. But tomorrow we're doing a special Halloween episode. Ed, Rock Gut Review, he's one of the other players, along with Jason, Mash and Drum, and Clifton, Bourbon Bites. We're all players on there, along with this one other girl, Molly, who has a blog. She doesn't really drink whiskey though. But we're all players on there. But Ed is actually going to be hosting tomorrow's. We're doing a special Halloween episode. If you've ever watched any of Ed's videos, you know he's hilarious. He's so much fun to play D&D with. He's like the more experienced player also, so he gets us less afraid to do things. And I think tomorrow's is going to be hilarious and awful at the same time, in that, like, I think it's going to be hard. We're playing different characters than we normally do. Everybody's kind of branching out and doing something different. Not everybody's going to be playing tomorrow, but I think it'll be really fun. I think they might be like some guest appearances kind of things as like NPCs on there, but I think it'll be fun. What time is that, Clifton? 7:30 my time, 9:30 Eastern. So that's Dungeons and Drams, and it's super fun. Like, you should check it out. At least give them a subscribe. We have fun with it. Like, I know it sounds super nerdy, coming from the girl who was talking about enantiomers earlier and is wearing a Beaufort hat, but like, it's fun. We have a blast. And if you've seen Ed, he's hilarious. So I am praying that he won't, but I feel like there's a decent chance that he will. So hopefully he won't. All right, let's revisit this Jack Daniel's single barrel. That was the other thing I had written down to remember to mention that I had not done yet. So, but the first top of the list was, again, Kilco's dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a few months ago, and he just started a GoFundMe, to help take care of the cost. And it's kind of a surprise for his parents. So it'd be really cool if we could make that surprise special. So if you have just a little bit that you could donate towards that, the more people that donate, just like $5, $10, whatever, like, that adds up real quick. So if you can, that would be really cool. If you have a channel, if you could, mention it on your Patreons, or mention it, on your next stream or whatever kind of thing, that would probably be really helpful. Like, whatever little things we could do to help them out. That's just such a tough thing to go through. So it would be great if we could. This community is so fucking awesome at coming through for other people. So it'd be really cool if we could do that. Anyways. I mean, a part of me that is fully genuine, but a part of me recognizes I'm also delaying more rye. All right, Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. To me, there is something really sharp about it. And maybe it's because it is that high proof, because it is 130. I'm telling you, rye has no fucking business being 130.2 proof. 130.4 proof. Storytime Distillery has a Old Dragon Bones rye that's even higher. I want to say it's like 142.2. Adam, are you still here? You would know. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And oh man, the night that I tried that, I got very, very drunk. I don't remember most of it. But like, rye just has no business. No business. Stop doing this nonsense. For me, this is too high of a proof for. Actually, this would be a fun one to try and add some water to. I don't have a pipette, so we're gonna have to wing it. That's like literal drops. Is that enough? I mean, it's a pretty tiny amount of water. I mean, whiskey. For me, that's just coming off so hot. I'm not really getting anything. I mean, I get rye and sharpness, which I think is just from the proof. See if that helps at all. And of course, Coco's doing a dry week this week. Actually, did a dry week last week, so which was cruel. Watching Mash and Drum and tracking for Women of Whiskeys. They did their criminal cocktails episode, and I couldn't drink. And I was like, it's so much harder when you're watching whiskey too. So totally get it. But cheers to you, Brian. I have not tried. We've not gotten a hold of the BRTs, the Bert and Ernie's, as I like to call them. I feel like they have a missed opportunity there. We have the FAE 01 and 02. Actually, just last night, I drank some of the SE4 PR5, which is from the year before, is one of my favorites of those special releases. So, but I hear the Bert and Ernie are more on the fruity side, kind of like the FAEs were. I think for me, I like the ones that are, I enjoyed the FAEs. But I think I like the other ones more that are more woody and more spicy, more cinnamony, because they're more Christmassy to me, if that makes sense. You see, did I miss anything that's me as people chit-chatting with each other? So you reminded me of Nestor, the long-eared donkey. Thanks a lot, Keep J from MA. Thanks, really appreciate it. Wow, I straightened my hair so that I could look like Nestor, the long-eared donkey. What a dick. I'm supposed to be this guy. I'm supposed to be Bofer. I already took off the hat and jacket and gloves and everything because it's hot to wear that indoors. I really like the ECBP A122. I'm a big fan of that one. FAO shorts versus Bert and Ernie. Yeah, that'd be the competition. Also, imagine the great thumbnails DC could make with that. FAO Schwartz and Bert and Ernie. That'd be epic. Didn't FAO Schwartz close? Like the one in New York City? Which is the only one I know of. Yes, exactly. This is what I'm on tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern. Super fun. We're drinking whiskey, and I'm being, this is a hint of what I am being and kind of who I am being for it. But yeah, so we're being like new characters for it. Ed is running it. It's going to be hilarious. Should be good. And you do not have to know anything about D&D to watch it. It's just fun. Like, especially tomorrow's. It'll just be fun. So highly recommend you go. I knew who you were from the start. Oh, yay! Thank you! I was watching Hobbit earlier just to like refresh my love of Bofer. I love Bofer so much. He's so cute. He's like the sweetest on there. It's the hat, not you. Sure. Sure. I actually don't know Nestor, the long-eared donkey. Is that like a kid's book? Sad beginning. Oh, it's a movie? Is it a Christmas movie? How do I not know this? I missed it. Yes, Whiskey Dick is the one who runs Dungeons and Drams. So he's the DM normally for it, though tomorrow night it will be Rock Out Review Ed. So, all right. That's to you, buddy. There is a mountain peak here that is very high and a very hard hike, but I thought about doing it because it would be hilarious. It is called Gobbler's Knob, which is just fucking hilarious. And the Mormons named it this. I think it's great. I think it would be great to do like a Knob Creek video there, but it's at 10,000 feet. It's like a 4,000 and some feet elevation gain on that hike. That is a steep fucking hike. So I have not done it yet. Okay, that's after adding water. Nope, still not a fan of that one. I think that's just too high proof. So I'm going to A-B just a little bit just to try and get my order. That's the only, I mean, I know what everything is, right? So there's no point in trying to guess anything. Ugh, I've still got my Hardin's Creek port. I can't wait to try and squib my tongue off and go back to drinking that. None of these have been as awful as Willett or Alberta. I will say that, if that's helpful. Okay, Sagamore. Again, It's like not quite mint chocolate. It's not mint chocolate. It does have a sweetness that does help round out like the kick of rye spice, but there's like a mintiness. It just does not work for me. I think I just hate mint too much. Closing the door to this room has made it even worse as far as heat. But freaking Pipes was trying to get her spotlight and bitch away on camera. So, all right. So of these, people in chat, which ones are your favorite? It's one of those. Oh, okay, gotcha. I've seen Rudolph and Frosty, but maybe I could see that. Maybe like a white chocolate note going along with the mint. Like I really don't like mint. I don't even like peppermint, and I love Christmas, and I do not like peppermint. Like I will never get a peppermint mocha. Why are you mixing toothpaste with your coffee and your chocolate? Stop it. Just stop it. I'm very opinionated about my taste buds. So, and I have very particular taste buds. So of these, we've got, I'm going to set up in a poll before I finish. I'll set up a poll of just the 4 that I tried tonight. I could also try one more if y'all want me to. I've got Willet, High West Rendezvous, finished in Malbec or finished in rum. I have Wilderness Trail Rye pick, New Riff Balboa Rye, or Michter's Toasted Barrel, or Thomas Handy, 2021. Let me go to my own stream. I just went on my tiptoes. I can reach. And I'm going to put a poll of the ones I've gone. And, of these, which is your fave, even if you haven't tried them all. So we have Sagamore Dio, double oaked. That's what that is. Barrel Seagrass. KC 115 proof rye. And we have JDSBBP rye. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. I wish they came up with a shorter name for that one. So obviously the single barrel ones are going to be, there's going to be variety there. So I had a feeling Christine Vasco was going to go with the Sagamore because you were like all about it earlier. Of course you enjoy peppermint mocha. You like ryes. You fucking crazies. Oh God. Well, I mean, have you seen Bambi? I feel like a lot of kids' stories are actually way more sad than you would expect. What was I watching recently? Oh, I just watched Nightmare Before Christmas again for the first time since I was a child. I don't see the big fuss for that one. Anyways, I was thinking about trying one more. Checking the chat. Red breath, blah, blah, blah. Also, wow, how do we still have 41 people watching? Aren't y'all trick-or-treating or eating candy or something? Like and subscribe if you haven't. So I'm going to pour one more just to try because we're hanging out for a little bit. Why not? Nick's not home. I don't know why that means I can hang out. Please don't say Willet. We have Thomas Handy. We have the Wilderness Rye pick, which I've never tried. And it's from Liquor Lineup, which does other really good picks. New Riff Balboa Rye that Jeff Wack actually sent me a while back when he sent me some ECBPs for my C Cup challenge, where I tried a bunch of 5 different C's, which was a fun one. And then I've got the Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength Rye. So, all right, I'm going with the first one. And the first one that somebody said was Wilderness. Sweet. Worth getting the red breast. Now, I do like some red breast. I do, like Stacey H has taught me, I do really, really like some Irish. Can't quite afford to expand our collection into more Irishes, but I've definitely really enjoyed some Irish recently. So we're trying the Wilderness. Okay. Oh, I can't do a comparison for it. Damn. All right, just a little bit. Just a wee bit. And a weeglin. So if you don't know, I have weeglins for sale on my website. I created this design from scratch and I etch it myself. because Bubble Bath Bourbon helped me print out the stencils so that I can etch it. So they are handmade. Some have tiny mistakes, but most look okay. And it's a wee Glen. And if you don't know, I'm very, very short. So it's perfect. All right. Don't I have like 15 more minutes before the Packers game? And I'm worried because we're playing the Bills, and Nick likes the Bills, and the Bills have been doing really well. And Josh Allen is quite good, and the Packers have not been doing really well. So I didn't even watch the Panthers game today. There's no fucking point. Ugh. Are other people's teams doing better? Because my teams are not. I feel like I need to just switch to NBA for the rest of the year. Wilderness Sweet Mash pick from NASA. Oh yeah, Sweet Mash. So is that just a bourbon then? Do they have a Sweet Mash rye? New Riff Ryes are tasty. Oh yeah, so this is the Balboa one. I didn't pour that though. I poured the Wilderness, but that's what I have from Jeffrey Wack. He also sent me this. Was it red wheat or something? That was actually surprisingly good. What's that called? Red wheat? I feel like it had some other name. I don't know. But it was good. It was definitely the better New Riff sample that I've had. I've never had other New Riffs. Actually, the Nightmare is a story about a guy who's really successful but gets bored, which is fine. But then he messes up somewhere, which ain't cool. At least he realizes. Yeah. No, I don't know why. It wasn't like that. It was particularly sad. Encanto is sad. Coco is sad. I just watched Encanto while I was straightening my hair today. But no, I just like watched it again as a Halloween movie because Nick and I have been watching Ghostbusters and Clue, which I freaking love. So those are like the best Halloween movies. I don't watch horror. BT does. So for me, like the first and second Ghostbusters and Clue with Tim Curry are like the best Halloween movies. I mean, so good. So I generally I'm more of a Christmas person, but those movies are fucking awesome, and I love the excuse to watch them every year. Okay, going in for this. Oh nope, this is not gonna be for me. Can I just get like a little bit of? Okay, got like a tiny amount of regular Knob Creek 9. Just to like see where my palate is at. That still tasted all right. Not great, but okay. Better than this. All right. We'll always have the line. Oh, 1 to 6. Yeah, I did not. I did not. I was busy, but I did not watch it, and I'm okay with that. So, Gamecocks have been okay this year, though. They did make it to the top 25, so that was kind of cool. Yes, of course. We also watched, because we're adults, we watch Hotel Transylvania. Like I said, I don't do horror movies, and neither does Nick, so it works out. So we watch ridiculous, cutesy movies. Is that Booker's one of this year? Oh, sorry. Button in on a conversation, and I have no idea what's they're making the Browns look away. Yeah, I mean, the Browns have been mildly improving, so thanks a lot for Baker Mayfield. Ugh, fucking Panthers. We are so bad. This is the worst I've ever seen us. It's ridiculous. I'm glad to get rid of Matt Rule, though. I did not like him to begin with. Sorry, it's gone all sports. It is Sunday, and Packers are about to play, so. How am I going to watch the Great Pumpkin Tournament? Oh, Nick really likes that. I did not grow up with that. Don't care about it. But Nick will agree with you. I will be all right. Anyways, I have not actually tried this yet. What are you doing in Laramie? And did you take Nick with you? He loves it there. Are y'all looking for homes because Frankie loves it there? All right. What is that? What is that? What is it that I'm getting at? It's on the mintier side, but it's like oh, I had it and then I lost it. Like almost like a root beer note in there. Hold on. I don't like root beer either. I know I'm picky. You don't have to say it. But I can't. I love Coke. Cola. Like, that's my jam. But root beer, no. Maybe another reason I don't like ryes. But maybe like a root beer note. It's not the worst. It's okay, I guess. And like it definitely hits kind of. What proof is this? This is only 103 proof. Wow, this hits way higher than its proof. I thought it was like 120. Wow, ryes are so hard to guess on proof, I feel like. But no. Hey! Oh, sweet. You don't like root beer either. But you do like mint. What is it? Peppermint mochas. Okay, so at least you don't like. So, are there certain ryes that you don't like? Do you ever get like a root beer note on some ryes? Dungeons and Drams. This is what I was talking about earlier that I'm going to be on tomorrow. That we're doing like a special Halloween episode. Ed's running it. We're in like Dr. Wittgenstein or something's manor, and we're trapped there, I think. So I don't know. There's a hilarious commercial for it. That's like 30 seconds long. It's not long. You should check it out on Dungeons and Drams. And so that's tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern. I always have to add on the two. And that'll be fun. Yeah, that's what everybody says. So basically the root beer note is a sarsaparilla note. But the only way I know the sarsaparilla note is from root beer. So it just makes most sense to me to go with root beer. I had root beer at Culver's. I like Culver's cheese curds because it's the only ones you can get here. I know they're not the best, but they hit the craving sometimes. So we got a couple new subscribers, and I figured you were tired. Oh, good! Yay! Awesome! Everybody go subscribe to D&D, to Dungeons and Drams. It's super fun. We drink whiskey and we nerd out, but there's a lot of joking around. My normal character has a dog, and his name is Booker, which is great. And pretty much I spend all my time just trying to make sure that Booker is okay. I don't really care about anything else. Just protecting Booker. But he's adorbs. And right now he's a little, well, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but he's a little crocodile right now instead of a dog, and it's adorbs. So, you know, I love Coca-Cola. Wow. Thanks a lot, Mike Stahl. What a dick. What are you doing in Laramie? Are y'all going live? Are you going live from Laramie? This is going to be another shitty hotel connection. Booker is the bestest boy. Yeah, stop trying to kill Booker. I already told you. That is all. You can kill my character. I've already have an order of people who can adopt him. But don't kill Booker. Nobody wants Booker to die. I will cry if you kill Booker. If you kill Booker, you have to kill me too. My character. Just saying. For people coming out of nowhere on this. So, BT dubs. God, stop saying BT dubs like you're some stupid fucking whatever 90s babies are, or 2000s babies. Like, just like and subscribe is all I'm saying. You ever start saying something ironically and then start accidentally actually saying it, and it's fucking annoying? That is me and BT dubs. Thank you. You can get it at whiskeymountains.com. There is a men's version and a pillow. I made this shirt. This actually, the story behind this, I'm very proud of this one because I taught myself how to use Illustrator so that I could take pictures from when I went to the Grand Tetons and reviewed a whiskey there. So these are pictures I took of the Grand Tetons silhouetted into Glencairns. And I had to figure out how to do that in Illustrator. And now that's a design on my website, which is super cool. All things I learned, literally just, it's fun. I don't know. So it's like one of those things of like, oh, I should be doing something else. So let me procrastinate that by making a weird Glencairn mountain design thing. But it's fun. So, I sometimes say totes, mainly from that commercial with James Earl Jones, aka Darth Vader, where he's like, totes goats. I love that commercial. I forgot what it was for, but it was great. Yes! Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much. I love this shirt. You actually helped me with making the design like more appropriate for like various sizes kind of thing. So yes, she does. Actually, I think I shared your picture, right, of the pillow. I think I shared that picture on my Instagram because I was like so excited that somebody got it, and you actually like use it and like it. It's so cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's really fun when you like just for fun and you think it would be a cool idea, put something together and then like you just put it up, just throwing it out there, and then other people actually like it. Like that's a really, really cool feeling. I don't know. So I'm super proud of this design. Thank you. This was part of my. I had like a more full costume on at the beginning, but it's kind of hot in here, and I had to turn off the fan because it's a bit noisy. So, go figure it's hot in here now when it was snowing last weekend. I'm gonna pour something I actually enjoy, if that's all right with people. I won't be on much longer, to be honest, though. Well, I don't want to go too far down in proof, but I don't want to like. I've still got my Hardin's Creek. I can do some Russells. I'll do some Russells. I just got a Russell's pick. Wait, is this one from Shane? Yeah, we just got this via Shane Long of Storytime Distillery. Oh, speaking of, I've got a Storytime Distillery glass. That's kind of cool. Boop. The little Russells, 110 proof. Very yummy, oddly sweet for a wild turkey. It was funny because like Shane was going on about this, how great it was, and it is really good and very unique for a Russell's pick. But like, you know how normally you get more of like that hay kind of grassy note, which I like. I like wild turkey a lot. But like I feel like it tends more towards that than sweetness, like Buffalo Trace is sweet. This like you could mix up for being Buffalo Trace. Like it's much more on that sweeter profile. So it's like a really weird Russell's pick, which is I'm still advertising myself. I'm sorry. Oh, did you time him out? I didn't even see it. It doesn't show up on StreamYard. And this is the first time ever I've put up YouTube over here, and it was just for the polls. So, and the chat is very small on it, whereas over here I have it zoomed in so that I can read. Because I don't have great eyesight, even though I wear glasses. So, did I miss anything important? Okay. Oh yeah, it's good. It's definitely good. Like I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's just very unique for Russell's pick, which is part of why it's kind of cool. Nick got in on this real fast. I didn't even know until it, it was hand delivered. So, it could be worse. You're a Cowboy. What's their record this year? Try being a fucking Panthers fan. It is so painful. Like we don't have anybody anymore. We don't even have a coach. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have a running back. We don't have anything. I did not watch today's game. Luckily, we're in the worst division, so that pays off. It sucks. So, or to sell later to cover your. Oh, sorry, that's not for me. My bad. Okay, let me try this. Okay, that was weird. Last time I did not get such a bubblegum flavor. It's still coming off real sweet. Like normally I get some kind of grass or hay on a wild turkey, and I don't get that on this. It's so weird. Like you don't really get the turkey funk on this. Oh well, sorry. I don't really like the Steelers, so sorry. Sorry. Sorry, they suck. But I really hated Ben Roethlisberger, so not as big a fan of the Steelers. Please don't unsubscribe. I mean, he retired, so I guess y'all are better now. Oh, you did? Oh, thanks so much. I'm so excited. Yay! That's so cool. I love it. It's funny too because I use like Shopify, so you have to pay a subscription. So really, my Patreon just like helps me pay for all of that because I don't. It doesn't pay for itself. So yay! Ooh, what about? Are any teams good this year? Like, I feel like a few teams are good this year in football. Like, it's not a great year for football. Ugh, bro, we are so we're a joke right now. Like, I don't know what's going on with us. So thank you. Yeah, I thought it was super cool that it's like from my pictures of the Grand Tetons, which I got to go with like one of my absolute best friends. We've been best friends since I was 3, she was 2. And we hiked and camped there, and I filmed a review of the Wyoming National Parks Foundation, the edition 1, which was the Grand Tetons edition. So it was just super cool because I took the Grand Tetons Wyoming whiskey to the Grand Tetons. We did a 19.5-mile hike, I think it was, which was the hardest thing I've ever done. So like, if you haven't seen that video, you should check it out just because it's the most beautiful footage. And I saw a moose, like, boom, in person. It was we saw a few moose while we were there, but it was awesome. I saw a grizzly bear, I saw black bears. It was the best trip. If you haven't been to the Grand Tetons, oh, it's the best. I feel like I'm getting away from whiskey. Whiskey mountains, okay? I really like the mountains also. So, thanks. Yes, it was super, super cool. I don't like Philadelphia either. See, it's a terrible year for football. Sorry, it's whiskey time. Just kidding, but I really don't like the Eagles. Mainly, I hold grudges when it comes to the NFL, and I was very mad at them for taking on Michael Vick after the whole prison thing, after the whole dog abuse thing. So, like, I just hold on to grudges too long. I recognize he's like retired and it's a different team and whatever, and that other people don't care as much about that stuff. But I have a pit bull, and I do, and I love him. Hence, I have Booker in D&D. Although he's a mastiff, but in my head, he's kind of a pit bull. This is definitely a little bit different after drinking 2, 3, 4, 5 ryes. Oh, yeah. I feel like the ryes are definitely kind of affecting. Actually, it's funny because it's kind of making it more, like, a little more dry. Also, maybe I just need year Eagles are killing it. Wait, how the Falcons are leading. That's because this division's so bad. As they beat the Panthers today, which is, and like, also that game was close. I didn't watch it because we have the Sunday ticket and Nick was watching it at work. But like, from what I can tell, that game was closer than it should have been. Like, considering our team and the state of it right now, we don't have a quarterback, we don't have a coach, we don't have running backs, we don't have fucking anybody. We just got rid of a wide receiver. Like, Falcons, you're the head of the division, but what kind of division? I'm sorry for the people who don't like sports, how much we're talking about sports right now. But also, oh, I don't know what happened there. I didn't hear about this. And I have to say, cool hat. Second, I love my pit bull as well. You couldn't ask for a better. Oh, pit bulls are the best. So if I move, there, yeah. So that was my previous pit bull. My dad did this painting for me for Christmas. He was the best. And then I have, she's sleeping right now, right over there. But I have another one now, and they're just so sweet and get this stupid bad rap that's so dumb. And like, oh, she's like sugar. The previous one was like the ambassador for pit bulls. He was the most perfect pit bull ever. That's him, Bouncer. This is really hard to do, mirror image. But use my pumpkin head. But yeah, so, but now I've got Hammy, who's also really sweet, but she's just more scared of other people and stuff. They were both rescues, like, but my dream is a gray pit bull puppy. Like, if you have dogs, if you have pit bulls and you ever have a gray pit bull puppy, you can't keep or something, because I can't afford this fucking purebred stuff thing, and I really like rescues. Like, hit me up. I really want a gray pit bull puppy. I've wanted one for like 10 years. Okay, so pit bulls, football, and not a lot of whiskey in the past few minutes. So, you know. But if you want more football and other sports talks, definitely check out Fifth Quarter Tailgate that Scott Pigsley runs. So on, I think, Friday nights now, it's, what time is it at? Is it 10 p.m. Eastern or is it 10 p.m. my time? I forgot. But fifth quarter tailgate for your sports and whiskey. He has great whiskey, but he also knows a lot about sports and covers kind of the weak sports. So, and different, not just NFL, hockey, baseball, all the things, college sometimes too. So yeah, I don't know as much. I just follow like my teams really, and I don't really go beyond that. So, dog sports, hiking, and whiskey, right? They're all the best things. They're all the best things. Like, it's like, if my current dog would go hiking with me, life would be great because then I could have dog, hiking, and whiskey like all combined. But she will not. She's a bitch, literally. But also, she will fake an injury during a hike, as I found out a couple of times. And then as soon as we can see my Jeep again, she's fine. And there's no injury. She's totally fine. She's just a lazy bitch. I'm not mad. Not mad at all about it. And Nick laughs at me every time I'm like, I'm thinking about maybe trying and seeing if Hammy will hike with me again. He's like, no. Stop trying. If I get a great pit bull puppy. Okay, now this is warming up. It is a really yummy pick. Aside from the Hardin's Creek, my favorite pour of tonight. Oh, I was going to order these. Okay, based off memory, because I don't want to resip them. Nick can finish. I mean, there's not much left in any of these Glens. I would say, sorry, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Rye was last place. So that'd be 5th. And then we had, whatchamacallit? Wilderness. Granted, that Wilderness sample was sent here for Nick, so I drank very little of it. I don't know how he feels, but I think we got that from Adam, possibly. Mr. Whiskey Shits from Livewire Whiskey, who's going on, I think, in 23 minutes. Wilderness, but that was probably 4th for me. Barrel was probably 3rd. Sagamore grew on me a little bit, so maybe 2nd, and then Knob Creek for 1st, which sounds like it's biased, but it's much more because it's just a barely legal rye. This is from like least dislike, like from most dislike to least dislike. I can't honestly say that I like any of these, but I am not a rye drinker for anybody like newer to my channel. So hence this is a horror episode for me. Sagamore is your favorite, right? So this is the Sagamore Double Oaked, which I know y'all have because I think we actually got a sample from Women of Whiskeys before. So been your favorite bourbons of 2022? Ooh, great question. One of them would have to be this baby, which I just popped at the beginning of the stream and have a bit of. That's probably what I'll drink when I'm done with this stream. And I've had a little time for my palate to recover from all the rye so I can appropriately appreciate it. Other favorite rye, I feel like the obvious is Knob Creek 18. Oh, one of my favorites, which is a very unfair thing to say. This was a gift. I did an Alzheimer's fundraiser earlier this year, which was the most epic thing like of my life. Y'all are amazing. But Shane of Storytime Distillery is super kind and gave me a prize and gave me the Kentucky Owl. I think it was batch 10 bourbon. That's one of the best whiskeys I've ever had in my life. And I got to open it with like him and a few others. We were all together. And that was just like, it was delicious. And it was just special, because of the fundraiser and because I got to share it. And like that would be one of my top of the year. And that might be from last year. So that might not count. There have been others. I just had to hide a bunch of my whiskey, so I don't have it like as in front of me. I'm like trying to look around and think. There's something in Calumet 16. I loved. Nick got that for me for our anniversary. Fucking delicious. I love the Calumet 16. I got to try the Calumet 15 at a friend's and really, really liked it. I think I like the 16 more, but I don't think I've tried them side by side. So those would be some of my top favorites, but honestly, I'd have to really like walk around and look at the whiskeys I've had and think about it more. So, hey, speaking of Women of Whiskeys, what's up? How you doing, bitch? I say that with love. They had such a fun stream this past week of whatchamacallit, Criminals and Cocktails, but Halloween episodes. It was like 7, 8 crimes in one night. Bam, 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 that all occurred on Halloween. It was really good. Unless you don't like true crime, in which case you'd hate it. But 75 to 90% of their episodes are not true crime related. It's just the third Wednesday of the month. So the Jack Rye came in last place because that's your favorite for making old fashioned. Oh, that's her. So there's a difference though to me when it comes to making it using ryes in cocktails. I love using ryes in cocktails. I just really don't enjoy them straight up. But you put them in a cocktail because they punch with so much flavor, even though like, you know, you can use them at a lower proof, like they can be amazing in cocktails. Like whiskey sours, I will always make with a rye. I've made the mistake of making it with bourbon before. I think rye is the way to go. Old fashions, I go back and forth. Like still trying to find the perfect old fashioned for me, but I think ryes can do really well. Like when it comes to cocktails, whole different ball game. So, I mean, might totally agree with her. It's just, I have this much of a 1 ounce sample left to give to Nick. So I don't want to use it in a cocktail. I'm so sorry because I don't like ryes. Oh, luckily I never watched Game of Thrones because I read the first 2 books and I don't like George R.R. Martin and his love of rape. So not my jam. It's just too gory. It's just I don't watch horror movies. I sit around watching Agatha Christie adaptations. That's my life. So everybody judge me. Oh, thanks. Is this about the fundraiser? The Alzheimer's fundraiser? Speaking of fundraisers, don't forget Brian Kilco of Kilco Whiskey Musings, and the link is pinned, but also it's the first link in my description. His father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a few months ago. That, you know, there's a lot of medical costs that are going along with his treatment. So he's trying to surprise his parents with a successful GoFundMe. So if you have any little bit that you could, you know, help and donate to, it'd be really cool if this community could yet again come together and, you know, and help and make a difference. And he's been a part of the Whiskey Tube community for a while. So it'd just be cool if we could, you know, help him in some kind of way. So I think maybe like whatever super chats I've gotten in the past month, like I think I might put all of those towards his GoFundMe sort of thing. So, but like the link is right there, pinned in the thing, and it's also the first link in the bottom. So if you want to donate to that, speaking of awesome things that this community has done. Calumet 16, so good. Yes, other people. I might have to have some of that later tonight when Nick gets home. That is just, that blew me away. I was not sure how I would feel about it. I felt great about it. It was so good. I have 16 and 14. I like this. I never had the 14. I know I got to try the 15 at Adams, aka Mr. Whiskey Shits from Livewire, but I don't think I've ever had the 14. I don't think. Nick would know. I have a bad memory. 15. Yeah, they were both. Yeah, I remember really loving the 15. The 16 is just what I've had more recently and own. And God, it's so good. It's ridiculously good. So I have not tried. I feel like I'm just rambling, but I'm just trying to respond to chat. I have not tried a smoked old fashioned, but I really, really want to. I don't have like one of those smoked kits things or whatever. So, and I don't know. I live in Utah. The bars here aren't the best for going to get cocktails. They're very, very heavily regulated as far as how much alcohol they can put into a cocktail. So they're just normally not very good. So we don't really go. Oh, also it's just kind of out of the budget. We don't really go much to the local bars and restaurants and stuff. So I just haven't had a chance to. But they do. I love smokiness and I love old fashions. So it just seems like a great combo. Ooh, I am totally game. Ooh, I think I hear Nick. I think Nick is home. Yes, I am very much game for that. It would be fun. I've never actually been to Nashville, I don't think. I used to go to Tennessee a lot because my grandparents used to live there. So, so far except that last score. Wait, what's the score? Scott, what's the score? What's going on? Tell me. Oh, I need to go. I'm like, I need to go. Packers are on. I forgot. I've been rambling. You can ramble for another 15, 20 minutes. No problem. I feel like I'm on. It's 6:44. I know Livewire is going on in 16 minutes. So I still got 43 people watching for Some Ungodly. Oh, don't forget. Beep, 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 beep. I'm loving it. I hate myself right now because I hate McDonald's. Because I used to work there. Overnights, 2 years, full time. Hated it. Deep and fiery passion. But please like and subscribe. I hike normally when I'm not live streaming, and drink whiskey outdoors and indoors. So yes, you did, and it looked good. That little thingy you had was good. My bourbon journey also had a thing recently where they had different types of wood chips that you could do, which I thought was really, really cool. It's like a whole kit, but it was expensive for that kit. So, but it was neat. And like there's like 3 different types of wood chips: apple, cherry, and maple, maybe. There was like 3 different types of wood chips you could do, and it's like the whole kit for being able to make your own home old fashioned. And I like love the idea for it. So, not a Game of Thrones fan either. You might like this. Tough Voyaging collection. It's a collection of sci-fi stories following. Oh, who's the author? And they don't remind me. Oh, who's the author? Is it a book series? I love Brandon Sanderson. Favorite author. We are all over the place. Yeah, that's a problem. They do have fucking good marketing. You gotta give them that. So 7-0 Bills. Go figure. Nick will be kind of happy. He loves the Bills, but he also likes the Packers. He only loves the Bills now because we watched Josh Allen when he was at Wyoming. We would go up to Laramie for some ungodly reason and watch Josh Allen play. So, Oh, George R.R. Martin wrote this? Oh, it's before like the whole Song of Ice, so it doesn't tie in with the Song of Ice and Fire kind of thing. Because like my old roommate read all of those books, and I mean they were still coming out as the show was going. But so she got me to read, although because of her, I already knew Ned Stark, spoiler, was going to die. But so I read like the first 1 3/4. I did not finish the second. I just couldn't take it. It's just, I need more calm, chill books. I need, Agatha Christie and like Midsummer Murders style sort of thing. Or Brandon Sanderson. I love Brandon Sanderson. If you like fantasy books, read Brandon Sanderson. All the Song of Ice and Fire. Have you read Brandon Sanderson? And how have we not discussed this, Bill? Tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If you're not trick-or-treating, come check out. We're doing a special episode of Dungeons and Drams. So we play D&D, but Ed's going to be the dungeon master of it. So he's running a whole special episode. We're playing different characters. It's a totally different thing. And it's going to be super fun. But we also, every Monday night at 9:30 Eastern, play D&D and drink whiskey. Most of us drink whiskey. So, just kidding. 9 p.m. Eastern. Whoops. Thanks for letting me know. I was thinking 9:30. My bad. 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Normally, our things are at 9:30. But I think we're going to go longer tomorrow. So I guess that makes sense. We're going a little bit early. Normally, we go like an hour and a half or so. So Nebraska beat Josh Allen and Wyoming back. Oh my God. You and your Cornhuskers. What a stupid name. I'm sorry. Am I losing everybody over fucking over nerding out over fantasy? At the same time as talking about Josh Allen, I feel like that's a balance of like sports and nerdy stuff. So, there's that. Look, I'm a scientist. We're nerds, okay? First and foremost. This Russell's pick, this is from South Carolina, which is actually where I'm from originally, is really, really good. It's from Liquor of the Lake in South Carolina. If you're I think you got wet in the back, but I think it's from Warehouse K. So, which actually I just saw an Instagram post from others about Warehouse K picks, or somebody, maybe it was Facebook, really liking a lot of the Warehouse K picks recently. And I agree. But if this is to speak for other Warehouse K picks, Scott, how do I, if you think I won't do it, you are wrong, sir. This is great. Yeah. Screw you, Scott. The only USC is the real USC, which is the University of South Carolina. Go Gamecocks. You will be timed out. I even have my YouTube thingamajiggy open today. Tab, whatever. So there will be none of this fucking SoCal bullshit. Okay, we were a university before California was a state. Do not come at me about USC. I'm a Gamecock. My mom was a Gamecock. My brother was a Gamecock. My stepfather was a Gamecock. I'm a Gamecock family. And my dad just wears hats and shirts that say cock on it and doesn't know what it means. Nobody ever tell him. Just had a recent trip to, why am I trying to read it on there? Just had a recent trip to New York City and came across bourbon. Oh, bought them both. Great insight. Have you had other Buffalo Trace products before? Bourbon did a whole explanation of like what actually makes these kosher. I forget what it was. But it was just something to do about like when the person owns it, and it was like a weird old rule, I guess, to do with like Hebrew rule of kosher, and not like necessarily about like the way. It's more like who owned it as opposed to the way the grain was harvested. I think that's right. Bourbon, if you're still here, can you remind us what it was about it that made it? So, but I've never had either of the koshers. I've had other, the regular Buffalo Trace and others of their products, but I haven't had their kosher products. So, okay, I've had are awesome. Do you find them sweeter than other Russell picks? Out of curiosity, this is just the sweetest Russell's pick, which is not to say it's overly sweet. It's just compared to other Russell's picks, it is surprisingly sweet. Is all I am saying there. So what's up, hermano? That's right. Livewire is going on in 8 minutes. Oh, Scott came back in his 5th quarter tailgate. Well, do something for your country and drop the link for Livewire. That's something my dad used to always say. Do something for your country and do this. And unload the dishwasher. So, that's what I was looking. You live in South Carolina? No way. So I grew up in Fort Mill, like right next to Carowinds. Fort Mill and Brock Hill. Half of my mom's, half of my dad's. So, but went to Fort Mill High. But yeah, and went to USC, the real USC. Go Gamecocks. So you know what I'm talking about. I've moved out west, and out here people say USC and confuse me all the time because obviously they're thinking of the wrong one. They're ridiculous. I can't imagine why they would think this. Other than a PM shirt. I feel like somebody said is processed to be kosher, and plus it has to be inspected and approved / Oh, do they have to be blessed? I did not know that. I remember it was something like more red tapey though than I thought it would be. I thought like there would be something more about like the harvesting or something of the grain, but it was like more something red tapey, like when the guy technically owned it or something, like when it belonged to a Jewish man, as opposed, I forget. Oh, I wish Bourbon was here. He explained it. He knew all the ins and outs of it. Anyways, somebody said that I had a cool shirt. WhiskeyMountains.com. I've got this design on men's shirts and other things. I forget. I know I have it on a pillow. And I made it from scratch from pictures I took in the Grand Tetons. So those are pictures of the Grand Tetons within the Glens. So I think it looks better if you look at it up close, as opposed to from a distance on here. But I'm very proud of this design. So thank you. Big Vic, are you running it tonight? So, is Juniper Lane in here? I didn't see them. I saw Women of Whiskey say hi. Yes, Juniper Lane is in here. Other than a PM shift. I know she's often kind of out of reach to be around on Whiskey Tube and everything, but Juniper Lane is awesome. Hi, Juniper Lane. Welcome. I'm only on for a couple more minutes. I'm on much longer than I expected to be, but turns out it's bourbon night's not going, so kept drinking ryes, and now I'm back to bourbon. A beautiful world of bourbon. So I'm ending this nightmare with a dream. Actually, the real dream would be the Hardin's Creek that I popped and started the stream with, which is the Hardin's Creek, the Jacob's Well, the older one that is a little over 15 years old. So, I mean, I think it's a blend, but the blend averaged out to, for some reason, they needed to say 184 months old, which, as much as I love you, Jim Beam, that is dumb. I mean, you dressed up as one of the dwarves from the, I think we Thank you. Yes, nerd it up. Yes, I was 100%. In fact, I'll end the stream back in costume because we only have 5 minutes left. So I think I can make it last another 5 minutes. Though, like, one time a year, my hair is straight and braided. And it took me the entire movie of Encanto to straighten my hair. But it's a great movie to watch while you do it. And then I put on The Hobbit, actually. I put on the second one because I haven't watched that in a while. Because the first one's my favorite, and I always go back to that. It's so good. Okay. Oh, it was Herbie Lovebug that said about the cool t-shirt. Whoa, now I'm really behind in the chat because I had scrolled up to find that. That explains the hat. Love some Russell. Oh, Scott, did you not know? That's why. Love some Russell's picks. Love some Russell's. Oh, yeah. I agree with you. It's whiskey time. About that. Here. We only have 4 minutes left before Livewire. I have no idea what they're doing tonight, but we will put him on the telly. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as my new sign from Shayla of Whiskey Central says. I love it. She noticed that my old sign was looking a little beat up. It happens when you stuff it into your hiking backpack and then forget to use it anyways in the video on the trail. So she made me this, which is awesome. So yeah, hit that thumbs up. I don't have any ease. Wait, is that in relation to the kosher thing? Oh, are they doing a giveaway? Nice. Yeah, so they're going to be doing a giveaway tonight. That'd be cool. Love some Russell's picks. Love some Russell. Oh, I already responded to that. Oh, whatever Nick is cooking, it smells good. I think he's cooking from Aaron Sanchez's. Do y'all know who Aaron Sanchez is? I'm married to a chef, BT Dubs. As I use fucking BT Dubs again. But he's my favorite. And Nick is cooking from his cookbook tonight. And I think it's shrimp, which is my favorite. Shrimp for the shrimp. Yes, about kosher. Okay, that's what it was. So something to do with the enzymes. Okay, so I guess there's like multiple levels to this whole making it a kosher release. Maybe the red tape was more just about the rationale for doing it. I don't know. Bourbon will know. I was probably a bit tipsy when he talked about it. Okay, back to my Hardin's Creek. It is amazing how much comes off of this nose being 108 proof. I mean, you know, after drinking all these ryes and, well, the Russell's only 110. So, football sucks this year. I hate football. It's blowing chunks. Cheers, James Morgan. Thanks so much for hanging out, especially for so long. Really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you over in Livewire's chat. I might be late to it, depending on if we watch some of the Green Bay game or not. Maybe we'll have one on the tablet and one on the TV. Yeah. Come on, Packers. What is going on? Tonic high samples going out. Ooh, woohoo. Oh, sweet. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Will. That will be awesome. How do you not already have it? At least I'm going into this Packers game tipsier than I expected to be tonight because I went on too long. Welcome to the shit show. So, and Bofer, I mean, it's a dwarf. Have y'all seen The Hobbits? Dwarves are shit shows. So it's kind of to be expected. All right, it's 6:59. It's been dropped a few times, but make sure you head over to Livewire Whiskey. They are going on tonight, and it sounds like they're doing a giveaway. Big Vic might be running the stream. I don't know what's going on there tonight. And tomorrow night, if you can make it, 9 p.m. Eastern, Dungeons and Drams. I think it'll be really fun and hilarious, no matter how not nerdy you are. I think it's going to be a really good episode. And we're all playing different characters, and Bill is getting to play as a character instead of being DM. It should be super, super fun. So, all right, hope y'all can join us. It is, people are talking about Nick's. Nick makes a mean grilled cheese, but tonight, this Mexican food with some and last night he spent roasting the peppers and making the sauce and everything. I think it's going to be good. And it's going to help absorb all this alcohol. So, thanks for joining me. Salud. And bye.